Hi, Lou Manfredini, Ace's Home Expert. I'm here at the Milwaukee headquarters with JJ from Milwaukee. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Lou.
Multi-tools and blades. I think that anybody that has a multi-tool knows that they're the super versatile tools, and the blades, you got to use the right blade for the project you're working on. But the life expectancy of those blades, especially if you're using the wrong blade, can be shortened. You did a bunch of research and studies and you came out with longer life blades so people get more performance out of their investment in this accessory. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. I'll start off just by saying, echoing what you said. Having the right blade for the right application is very important in this category, because these blades are moving so fast on that tool, 20,000 oscillations per minute. And you want to make sure you're using the right blade on the right application so you're not wearing out your blade prematurely. So that's the first thing we like to cover. So if you are going to be cutting any kind of metal, what we usually start you off with is a bimetal blade. So these blades are great if you're going to be cutting something like a nail, finish nails, staples, things like that, like lighter duty metal.
And people probably know that, if you go to the hardware store and you see the Milwaukee Sawzall blades, the bimetal is a very popular blade that essentially does the same thing with a different tool.
Yeah.
And you're taking that technology and putting it into the oscillating
tool,
exactly. Accessory.
Yeah. And so then when you're stepping up to harder fasteners, something like a screw or a bolt or harder metals, that's when you're going to want to step up to the carbide teeth technology. That's going to be able to handle those harder metals and harder materials and continue to cut, whereas the bimetal blades aren't going to be able to do that.
Right.
And so what we've seen is more users are starting to use carbide teeth blades. They're starting to cut more applications than ever before. Right. And so what we've done is we've heard that market feedback and we've launched a new step up to carbide teeth. That step up to carbide teeth is nitrous carbide. So nitrous carbide is our best performing product, our longest lasting, fastest cutting carbide blades on the market.
Wow.
To help users tackle those tough materials and keep cutting longer than ever before.
So with a nitrous carbide blade, essentially, can you cut just about anything?
You don't want to cut everything with it, but we do have one blade
really hard. The nitrous should be for that really hard stuff.
Yeah, like there'll be times where if you were to cut hardwood and you're doing finish cuts, you still want to stick to like our Japanese tooth blade that's made for cutting that hardwood, so you get that clean finish and that really crisp line.
Okay.
But if you're cutting different materials, like we have one blade that's nitrous carbide specifically for metal use, and then one that's specifically for that multi-material extreme material use. Right. So extreme materials would be if you're cutting nail-embedded wood, screw-embedded wood, plaster, drywall, more abrasive materials that are going to wear down blades like stucco, things like that. This blade's going to be able to cut all those materials and keep cutting, and it's going to have still a pretty quick cut in wood because you have a thinner profile on this blade.
I would think that one of these for an application like a plumber or a electrician that's maybe installing unistrut, for a commercial building, and you got to make a little notch in that. That's a heavy material. It's a hard material, and trying to get a drill or even a Sawzall up there might be difficult. But you get the control of a multi-tool with a blade like this. It's like the little engine that could, right? And it's all based on the accessory.
Yep.
Really cool. All right, check it out. If you want to learn more, go to acehardware.com, or better yet, stop by your local Ace Hardware store.